The pilgrim's final trek into the center of Santiago de Compostela is a long, green, and sinuous walk, filled with anticipation. Upon entering the city, pilgrims beeline straight for the kilometer zero, the Plaza de Obradoiro, and the cathedral, under which Santiago's nearly 2,000-year-old bones are believed to be entombed. Plaza do Obradoiro. The large Plaza do Obradoiro, meaning workshop square in Galician, refers to this place as where stonemasons set up their workshops to build a cathedral. It is the cathedral's most important square. Here you are right in front of the west entrance of the cathedral. Before heading into the cathedral, most pilgrims pause on this plaza, perhaps taking off their packs to sit and stretch. Stepping into this square can unleash a mix of emotions. Soaring joy usually dominates, but there may be a bit of sorrow as well, along with spontaneous eruptions of celebration as pilgrims hug, laugh, cheer, and cry together, whether they met before or not. The experience was similar for medieval pilgrims, many of whom truly believe that by arriving they have achieved redemption and lifted the weight of sin from their souls. From the Bible, we know that St. James is one of Jesus' 12 disciples. James the Greater, as he was known, was one of the three in Jesus' innermost circle, along with John and Peter, and was present at the most significant moments of Jesus' ministry. James was also the first Jesus apostle to be martyred by beheading in the Holy Land in AD 44. But no historical source connects James to Spain or Iberia, where he became known as Santiago. This connection draws from the legends that began to circulate several hundred years after his death. According to these legends, James came to Iberia around 40 AD to evangelize, but only attracted a handful of followers. At his lowest moments, Mary came to him to speak words of encouragement. Once, Mary appeared to James in Muxia, riding a stone boat steered by angels. After she left the stone boat behind, a part of the fabled Piedras Sagradas, sacred stones, that you will find arrayed on Muxia's coast, right in front of the church built in Mary's honor, the Sanctuary da Virx da Barca. Another time, Mary appeared to James in Saragossa, where she arrived riding a jasper pillar through the skies, surrounded by angels. After she returned to the Holy Land, she left the pillar, which stands today in the center of Saragossa, Basilica del Pilar. In the fables, James was in Iberia for 4 years, then returned home to Levant, where Herod Agrippa had him beheaded. It was said that after his death, 2 of James's most devout disciples took his body and boarded another magical stone boat guided by angels that carried them with St. James' body to the coast of Galicia. Eventually, they made their way inland to the hill at Santiago de Compostela and buried James. His tomb was forgotten until around 814 AD, when a hermit named Peleo followed a trail of stars that led him to St. James' luminous tomb. He alerted the local bishop, Theodomer, who went back with Peleo and confirmed that the tomb was that of St. James the Greater. Soon after the tomb's discovery, Alfonso II of Asturias commissioned a chapel to be built over it. By 899, the next king, Alfonso III, ordered a larger church. The Cathedral de Santiago de Compostela you see today is the third one, begun in 1075 and finished in 1188. While archaeological excavations under the Cathedral de Santiago can't confirm if one of the Roman-era tombs belonged to Santiago, they did find a 9th century tomb belonging to the bishop, Theodomer, who was with Peleo at the time of Santiago tomb's discovery. Peleo's journey was the beginning of what would become the great Christian pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela. It is no coincidence that it happened in the 9th century, a time when the north of Iberia was sandwiched between the imperialistic designs of Charlemagne to the north and the newly founded Islamic kingdom centered on Cordoba to the south. The North forged its own legitimacy and foothold in between these two powerful adversaries, thanks in large part to Santiago and the Camino.
Well, hello, my friend. I know you. Close your eyes if you need to.
The Botafumeiro is a 1.5 meter, 5 foot tall swinging incense burner that, since the Middle Ages, has been used both for the ritual purposes and to disinfect and perfume the air filled with so many unwashed pilgrim bodies. Its name in Spanish, Eka Humo, smoke thrower, describes it well. It hangs on the crossing of the transept and directly in the center of the cupola overhead and required 8 people to hoist and swing. It is quite a dramatic thing to see and to feel the swoosh of air and fragrance whisking past your face. There have been 2 other Botafumeiros over the centuries, but this third one, made of brass with silver plate, has been in use since 1851. It replaced the second one with which Napoleon troops absconded in the early 19th century. I would like to take this moment to talk about the Camino. This is my wife and I's 3rd Camino. It will not be our last. I wanted to take a moment and say, yes, is this a religious trail? It is a religious trail, but you do not have to do it for religious purposes. You can just go there and take a long walk and still have a great time. But there is an atmosphere on this trail. And I would like to take this moment to talk about one specific aspect that we know. We know Sobrero, and we were in the cathedral during Mass. And my wife and I were listening to Mass, and we were bawling the entire time because we were very, very emotional at this point. And we both looked at each other because we were bawling. And I said, "What is your feeling right now?" And she says, "I feel like he's sitting right next to us." And I said, "Absolutely sitting right next to us." And I'll cherish that moment. As a matter of fact, all night I stayed up. I tried to burn it into my thought. Just looked at because I could see the cathedral from my window in my hotel, and it was in the middle of the night. And I was trying to sear it into my brain to not forget this moment. And the wife and I cherish the time we had on this trail. It's been a life changer. It has absolutely changed my life. You know, I would think that I was the only one that had problems out there, and it did make me angry. And finding this trail, finding this pilgrimage, finding this religious time on this trail has been a savior to me. It has changed my thought that everybody struggles with a lot of things out there, and it helped clear me, center me. It was my guiding light, and it brings me back all the time when I start feeling down and stuff like that. I just plan another Camino, and I go have a great time, meet people, go to the Mass, and just let go and let Him steer the ship. And yes, I just wanted to say that.
Even the softest words, they run right through me. Deep inside, I feel my soul renewing. You brought me back to life. With every waking breath, I hold your heart beyond my final day. as you grow older, may your path be full of love and wonder. Don't let darkness ever pull you under. You were born to run. With every waking breath.
If you decide to do this flamenco show, do it through Groupon, the Spanish Groupon though, because you can get it for literally like $30, or should I say, let's just say €29 if you go through the Spanish Groupon. Don't do it through another country's Groupon because it'll be in the 70s or €80. So do it through the Spanish Groupon.
Is always yours.
Exploring Avila and Segovia, two of Spain's oldest cities from Madrid in a day, can be tricky without a self-drive car. This full-day coach tour is the easy option with the added bonus of a guide to chart the city's history and include walking tours and entry fees. Check out Avila walls, cathedral and basilica, and then continue to Segovia to take in its towering Roman aqueduct, Alcazar, and cathedral. Cuatro Postes provides the best views of Avila's walls. It also marks the place where Santa Teresa and her brother were caught by their uncle as they tried to run away from home. They were hoping to achieve martyrdom at the hands of the Muslims. The Alcazar of Segovia is a medieval castle located in the city of Segovia, in Castile and León, Spain. It has existed since at least the 12th century and is one of the most renowned medieval castles globally and one of the most visited landmarks in Spain. The Aqueduct of Segovia is a Roman aqueduct in Segovia, Spain. It was built around the 1st century AD to channel water from springs in the mountains 17 kilometers, 11 miles away to the city's fountains, public baths, and private houses, and was in use until 1973. Its elevated section, with its complete arcade of 167 arches, is one of the best preserved Roman aqueduct bridges and the foremost symbol of Segovia, as evidenced by its presence on the city's coat of arms. Explore the city of Segovia from both land and air and literally gain a new perspective on the regions during this full-day hot air balloon tour from Madrid. Start with a morning hot air balloon ride, followed by a picnic and a complimentary glass of cava, as well as a small group city tour alongside professional guide for a unique and hassle-free day.
Stay forever in your arms. There is something, 'cause I got all I need, and I get it for free when we're in your car and you're next to me. Yeah, I got all I need, my heart on my sleeve. Oh, there's love in the air, and you're next to me, baby, with you.
I will follow you through the sunshine and the rain, through the soft, loving echo of the wind. I will follow you through the starlight and the day, to where the seasons end and we begin. I will follow you through the sunshine and the rain, through the soft, loving echo of the wind. I will
Enjoy an unforgettable evening visiting a food market and cooking a delicious paella with instructions of our local chef. Great start to more about Spanish food while you're making one of our most representative dishes.